Did you know that a couple days ago, Kendrick Lamar dropped an album, G and X, full of West Coast bops? That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. Believe it or not, you're here to talk about the one, the only sensitive ass Drake. Let's talk about it. Yep, I said it. I just triggered some of you guys, and I don't give a fuck. Why? Oh, why does he have to try to do a universal takedown? It's like the bully that's whooping everybody's ass in the schoolyard and then gets his ass whooped and then wants to go tell the teacher, but nobody else told the teacher. It's one of those. And again, if this was Pusha, if this was even Meek when he was beefing with Meek, and he had a universal takedown, a universal, I'm gonna go sue Universal, UMG, whatever. I think most people would understand because, no offense to Pusha or Meek, they've had some very big songs, but they aren't as big of an artist when it comes to and compared to Kendrick Lamar. We are talking about Kendrick Lamar. Now we know both were playing a game. Both were manipulative. Both were trying very hard to get us on their side. It's very, very evident that that was kind of sort of the point. Now, for Kendrick Lamar to drop his album and then Drake to be like, all right, now we can start to put out the news that I'm suing UMG. I'm going to go on this XQC stream and, I'm going to really try to, like he always does, I'm going to try to stump on Kendrick Lamar's rollout. If you haven't noticed, and I don't think too many people notice this unless they hear it from somebody, Drake likes to step on people that he does not like. He likes to try to step on their rollouts in very unique ways. He's done it for a long time, quite honestly. And to be honest, to be completely honest, I'm be honest with you, it ain't gonna work. The West Coast bops are the West Coast bops. The nostalgia takes that Kendrick Lamar had on that album. I mean, Kendrick did his fucking thing. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care how you feel. I'm not gonna sit here and try to do a masterful breakdown on the album. Just go listen for yourself. Go enjoy yourself. I know, Drake fans, it's gonna be hard for you to do that because it's one way or the other for you guys. I bet you Kendrick fans will go continue to listen to and see if Drake can drop a good album. I'm not on either side as far as it sounds like I am, but because Kendrick has been able to just drop to continue to do successful things and clearly came out the victor in this piece, it's hard to sit here and have these negative takes against somebody that, hasn't done anything ever since but get a Super Bowl, just come out with an album again full of West Coast bangers. I'm not going to, and again, takes on, first off, he had a song that sounded just like Pac. I can't get the specific titles right now, but it was like a Pac nostalgic. You could feel the energy that he was trying to possess in that song. And also with Nas, also sounding like a One Mic. If you know One Mic, if you don't know One Mic, you need to go listen to One Mic, a very, very influential and very great song by Nas. Early Nas, very early Nas. Nas has been in the game forever, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. It's hard, because when I do my top 10, 15, whatever rappers, hip hop artists, you guys are going to be pretty surprised on who's on that list, especially because of when I have these conversations, the way I talk. But, Drake has done a lot in his career and he has arguably put himself in a position or was in a position where he was peaking as an artist, and a lot of his petty ways has always rubbed a lot of people in the industry the wrong way, but he was continuing to do that. And he's played the internet games for a while now. And when somebody out internet games him, he goes to, and this thing, supposedly this is all because Not Like Us was supposed to be a way to deface who Drake was, as Drake just recouped the funds for UMG and was trying to sign a new deal, a bigger deal. And instead of them giving him the bigger deal, they said, Kendrick, you go put out Not Like Us. We're gonna go give these bots. We're gonna give this song all of the bots that we can possibly give. We're gonna give a lot of money for these bots so that this song seems bigger than it is. Even though you could walk down the street I mean, even now, but 3, 4, 5 months ago, and you would constantly hear that song banging in somebody's car. You would hear that song at a barbecue. You would hear that song at a graduation party. Wherever you heard Not Like Us. But the bots is the reason why. My little brother, my little brother, sang the song lyric bar for freaking bar to me, and he is in middle school. Okay, and so I'm not gonna sit here and act like Drake is just all of a sudden in the right. This is the thing. And it sucks because the Young Money Cash Money label, even though they're not really that anymore, Nicki, Drake, and Wayne, they just have not had showed the best face in these past, I don't know how many years, months. Wayne, especially in these past few months, because Wayne is somebody I've always looked very fondly of. He's one of my favorite hip hop artists of all time. I think he is a GOAT, maybe not the GOAT, but a GOAT. And so to have to constantly sit here and talk about not only because Wayne is going to be coming up pretty soon here too. I got to talk about Wayne and his approach to things with the Super Bowl and his approach to things as if he's about to get into a lyrical battle with Kendrick. Come on, man. Are we really about to do this? Like, I know I'm everywhere in this video, but my whole point is this. They all have kind of turned into very sensitive artist. And it sucks because for me, I enjoy Drake as an artist. I mean, again, for the most part, a lot of his music recently, past few years, hasn't really been for me necessarily. But the overall artist, especially earlier Drake, I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed what Wayne has presented, especially in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Mixtape Wayne, for example, Carter 3, Carter 2, Carter 4, Wayne. I don't care what you have to say. I know I've been calling those overrated recently, but I think they're lying to themselves if they believe that. Anyways, there are these great artists that have done great things, and these little things, these little nicks and ticks are getting to them so much that it just feels like we aren't, I can't comprehend, when you're looking at Wayne's approach or Nicki's approach and the way that she went about things when Kendrick got announced for the Super Bowl. And Nicki and everything she's been kind of been doing these past few years, like this has been like a big problem with them, it feels like, right? I can't believe Drake is actually suing because Not Like Us did and performs the way that it did. I don't get that. And even if the bigger purpose is because he feels like he was being defamed when he's trying to re-up, it just doesn't make sense to do it now. You can't every single time you lose try to find it's the man, I can't even say it. I'm not about to get political right now, but you know what I'm saying. It's the calling out something because you lost. That's what the fuck it is. It's nothing more to me anymore. I mean, yeah, we might get something later on where it's like, yeah, they're actually liable, but nobody's gonna care by that point. Nobody cares. They both were botting. They both were doing everything in their power to get the internet on their side, even though Kendrick acted like he didn't care about that. We don't got to act like Kendrick didn't care about that. He was trying to get things in his favor, but he put out the music and didn't necessarily go and keep posting about what and where and how all the time, like Drake does. There's a big difference in their approaches, and clearly Kendrick's approach worked way better. Again, I hate that we're having this conversation because if it is really about the defaming and all of that, then why is Not Like Us getting put in it when you were clearly in a beef? A beef that, you've said time and time again that beefs cost a lot of money and they take a lot of time and they also can take a lot of who you are and what the perception of you is. You've talked about this in the Pusha T beef, after the beef when you went to go talk to Elliot and Rap Radar. Like you gotta realize what? James, come on, man. Come on. We're better than this. We're better than this. You should have just took it on the chin. Like, I just wish this man would just put out music. Like, stop talking for once. Just stop talking. Just go sit down for a second. And what else? You keep talking about I keep hearing about the P&D collab, and I am absolutely excited. As much as I've been talking shit this whole video, I am excited. I will be listening. I don't care if Drake came and personally tried to and personally said, "You can't listen to me no more." I'm still gonna fucking listen. You can't tell me what to do. Aha. Put your damn music out. God damn it. That's what I want you to do. I'm not the person to tell you what to do. That's not what I'm saying. But if it was up to me, I would not be sitting here, quite honestly, doing everything that Dot has essentially said you're gonna do, or essentially what you are what you represent. It's like clear as day. If the light is shining and you see the person, they keep saying it's not me, but the light is shining right there, bright day. It's the person. I try to make a cool metaphor. It didn't work, but you get what I'm saying. He's right there, guys. The suspect is right there. He is doing everything. And this is exactly why, instead of Drake fans being able to go and enjoy music and enjoy what Drake offers still, because as much as people act like Drake all of a sudden sucks and doesn't make good music, that's a fucking lie. That's never been the truth. I think what he represents in music is what the big problem is with those people, not necessarily the music that he creates. Does that make sense? Anyways, Drake fans would stop having to talk about this and sound like all they're doing is constantly coping with the fact that their artist not only lost, but isn't the big artist that he once was, where they are still trying to give us numbers to indicate that he still has this reach that he clearly doesn't have at this moment. I'm not saying that Drake couldn't get to that reach again, but there is a way to present yourself even after a beef. And I just don't feel like the representation of himself has been the best. From fucking the very beginning of losing and putting out Wagwan Delilah to fucking the DeMar DeRozan situation to it's just always putting himself back into the same situation again in the same place. This is what I was talking about with him giving money to Young Thug. You're just fitting into the narrative that Kendrick is placing on you. And hey, maybe you don't give a fuck and you've just gotten to the point where you're like, you know what, we here already. But no, no, man, no, nah. It's just not for me. Again, I'm gonna talk. I gotta talk my shit because this is some bullshit. I just want music at this point. That's what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, y'all, and I'm gonna talk about Kendrick's frequent music. Don't think that Kendrick just gets no talk, no airwaves over here. I clearly have a appreciation for the way not only Kendrick Lamar puts out music before any beef, but also how he's gone about things ever since the beef. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good day. I'm out.